how do I make this thing smaller? Boom. Is there a way I can add outlines? Background color. It looks kind of ugly though. We'll just make it, we'll make the background slightly show. Oops. Maybe we can put it down here. I want to center it though. I'll put up top. Need to find the center. Okay, that's centered enough. All right, boom. Let me open up the, how do I open up the chat on here? Oh. Oh, not that. Chat. All right, there you go. What's up? What's up? What's up? After Effects? What are you talking about? I don't use After Effects. What's up? The Profit Pursuit. W Trades took the same ones. Nice. Where am I from? I'm from California, America. Take the same longs. Nice, nice. Yeah, I plan on. I'm gonna like explain my my trades in a second. Once a little bit, a few more people join. Clean macro delivery indeed. See if we can get this music playing here. All right, let me know how the music is, if the volume is good, and if you guys can hear it good enough. Have you been concerned about that new week opening gap as a draw? Yeah, but not until either later today or later on in the week. Let me move my face cam so you guys can see. There you go. You guys can see the trade ovate. Hi from Africa. Oh, what's up, bro? I wanna go to Africa and see some wildlife, like some genuine wildlife out in the wild. Because here in America, they're all locked up in cages and stuff. But low-key, that'd be kind of scary, bro. Imagine you're just like 10 feet away from an elephant and he just starts tripping out. You take on your funded, the 945 longs, also forward test that same trade I took long. Nice. I'm fully closed out. Yeah, no, I got out at all-time highs. Right here. 2 minis. What's up? What's up? Miljanov. Is that Russian? Took the same longs? Nice. So it seems like everyone took the same longs today. Let me announce to my Discord that I am live as well. Come to Ethiopia, Africa? I might have to, bro. I might have to. I definitely might have to. Why is that? What made you specifically assume that the new week opening gap will be tapped on later on the week? Just because of the structure that we had after market open. Right. Initially I wanted shorts to London lows. That's why I have all the sell side marked out. And I actually took a short and took a loss before I went long. So I was bearish at first, but then I saw once we took out minor sell side, we displaced higher. And then we were about to take all-time highs. We left another relatively equal high right here. And then we retraced down here. And then that's when I just said, I'm going to just go short. I mean, I'm not going to go short anymore. I'm just going to go long all the way up to all-time high. So I went long on the order block. How many funded accounts you trade same time? Today I only traded this this evaluation because my funded accounts are on the Alpha Trader. Alpha Futures came out with a new platform called Alpha Trader, and both of my funded accounts are on that platform, and the platform is currently down, so I wasn't able to trade my funded accounts. Just this eval on TradeOvape, unfortunately. But I mean, there's always going to be more winning days in the future, so I'm not really too stressed about it. Something like that in Macedonian, small country in southeastern Europe. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I'm not really too geographical at all. Let me know if the music is too loud or if it's fine. I'm trying to fine tune it. That was a good short though. I was thinking the same. No, yeah, my short, I was in profit for the short, but I was just holding for this sell side that never got hit, so my shorts got edged. Has been statistically bad for me, so just cut it out. Yeah, no, same. I usually never trade around market open. It's just today was like my first time trading market open in maybe like literally like at least like a year or something, and that happened. So like I said, I never usually trade market open. I just did it today, and didn't go too well for me, so I won't be doing that anymore. Can I go over daily bias? Yeah, I mean, well, it's not really daily bias. Well, I mean, the day isn't complete yet, so I can't really say like the daily bias, but I can go over my session bias, like the AM session, what my bias was for, this AM session. But as far as daily bias, it was just kind of just longs to all-time highs. Kind of the same thing for the session bias, I guess. But here's that macro. Yo, son, I'm so confused on why we didn't take out the other low and edged it. Because we already took out minor sell side, and music is good, thank you. And if you go to ES, you can see that we had this SMT with London lows. So here's London lows on NQ. You can see on the left side, we did not take it out at all, right? And then here's London lows on ES. So ES already took out London lows. There's your SMT. When you have the SMT, that means that price doesn't need to come all the way down here. And that's why we only took out minor sell side. NQ was a lot stronger than ES. So, yeah, we didn't have to come down and take out London lows because of what we did there. Strong liquidity was pretty strong, maybe to the upside too. No, yeah, it was just that the SMT plus, you know, the bullish narrative, as well as already taking out minor sell side. Left my dog at my parents' and she ran away yesterday. I haven't found her yet, but hey, at least TP hit at all-time highs, dude. You gotta find your dog, bro. I couldn't imagine one of my dogs running away. That'd be horrible. Is it like a small dog? Cause I can't like imagine like a big dog like genuinely running away. Usually it's like the small dogs. But yeah, I went long on this. Let me open up another chart for you guys so I can show you my entry. So this is my entry right here. It was a 1 minute order block entry, but it's also a 30-second Fairway gap as well. Stop loss was right there, and I targeted, got out right here. So 1 to 5, like that. That was the trade. What did I take at 9:30? I took shorts, and I got I'll show you guys. I'll go show you what I took at 9:30. So initially I went short, right at market open, right like around here, I think. Yeah, right here. You can see the red arrow. So I went short right here, and then I got scared out when we started running higher a little bit. So I just got out. Can I drag this down? I can, but you can see the blue arrow where it appears. I got out right there. My initial shorts for a small loss, and then the second trade I went short on this order block, this 15-second order block right here. You can see the arrow, right? And then I was targeting this sell side right here, but we never got it, and I ended up getting stopped out up here for another small loss. So I took 2 small losses before going long right here. And so neither of these losses were full-size losses. Like I said, they're both small losses, so that's why I kept trading. But those are the 2 losses I took before having this catching the 1 to 5. So both of these losses combined, I lost like a total of 1 R, meaning what I normally risk is what I lost from both of these trades combined, and then from this one trade alone I got 5 R. So I lost 1 R from these 2 trades, and then I lost 1 R from these 2 trades combined, so 0.5 R from both, and then I made 5 R from this winning trade, so I'm up 4 R on the day. Are these funded accounts? No, this is a eval, because my funded accounts are on the Alpha Trader platform, and the Alpha Trader platform is currently on maintenance. They're trying to do maintenance because a lot of people are complaining about the platform, so they're trying to fix it, and the platform is down, so I wasn't able to trade them. So I'm on this eval for today. How am I so confident about the stop loss? Because if you go here, I'll show you why. So the reason why, you might want to take your notes out for this explanation real quickly, or maybe I'll make it into a separate YouTube video. But the reason why I'm so confident in my stop loss on the right, I'll keep referencing the trade on the right side just because it's more visually showing. But the reason why I'm so confident in having my stop loss so tight right here is for a lot of reasons, right? There's a lot of thought process and a lot of price reading that goes into this single trade right here. And I know it doesn't really look like a lot, but I'm going to explain kind of the whole process right here. So first of all, right, we have market open, we manipulate higher, take out minor buy side. Where's we took out minor buy side right here. So this is we actually got the freedom model today. Freedom model. We actually got a representation of the freedom model today. It's just not as clear. So basically at market open, we manipulate higher, right? So we get our run in the real direction, manipulate higher, and we take out minor buy side right here. Let me label it so you guys don't forget it. So we take out minor buy side right at market open, and then we immediately begin displacing lower. And then from there, we come down, take out minor sell side, right? So we take out minor sell side. And when NQ takes out minor sell side, I'm going to pull up ES real quick. Okay, did not mean to do that. I'm going to pull up ES real quick to show you guys. So you can see here that ES took out London lows on the right side chart. This is ES. You can see that we took out London lows right here, right? And if you look at NQ, the same low right here is nowhere near what we took out. Okay, so we have our SMT, which helps us build on the bullish narrative. So after we take out minor sell side and we create that SMT with ES, we begin displacing higher. And what do? We form a 5-minute fair value gap as well as a 5-minute fair value gap. I mean a 5-minute order block right here. So right, so we have this 5-minute fair value gap, and we have this 5-minute order block. Okay, so right, what I'm doing right now is I'm helping you guys build the narrative. Obviously, this is in hindsight, but your goal from watching this video should be able to do all of this in real time so that you guys can catch the trades like this and have the tight stop losses. Because all of this goes behind the trades that I take, and which allows me to have tight stop losses like this. It all comes down to the narrative behind the trade. So we took out minor sell side after manipulating higher, taking out minor buy side. So you can't forget that fake move, that fake run that we had, the fake initial impulse that we had to take out minor buy side. That was the fake move in the real direction, which is what the freedom model is. And then we displace lower, taking out minor sell side. And then from there is when we then displace higher, creating this 5-minute fair value gap as well as this 5-minute order block. I'm not going to keep the 5-minute order block on my chart just because I don't want it to get too clumped up. But this is the 5-minute order block right here, basically. Okay. And then we go down to the 1-minute chart, and then this is where things get really interesting. So we have the 5-minute fair value gap, like I said, right? So we leave relatively equal highs with all-time highs. We don't take it out yet. We actually come down, retrace, and then where do we retrace to? We retrace to the 5-minute fair value gap, right? 5-minute BISI, and then we have the 5-minute order block that I'm not leaving drawn out. But we also have this 1-minute wick right here, right? So we draw out the midpoint of that wick. You'll see that we came down and hit it very nicely. And then what do we do after that? We come up and we create this order block. Keep in mind what time it is, right? That's the most important part. Okay? Always keep in mind, time always comes before price. So all of this stuff is what's going through my head real time as I'm seeing this. So I see this order block form right here. After all of that just happened, so everything I just explained to you guys is what I'm thinking about in real time. So we have all that happen, right? I'm going to explain the process again. So market opens, we manipulate higher, take out minor buy side right here, the fake move in the real direction, which is what the freedom model is. Okay. And then we come down, we have our Judas swing lower, take out minor sell side. Why do we leave relatively equal lows with this sell side? Because we have an SMT with ES. Okay. We create an SMT with ES. after taking out minor sell side, and then we displace higher, failing to take out all-time highs, and then we create the 5-minute structure, right? The order block and the fair value gap. We retrace into those 5-minute PD arrays, as well as this 1-minute wick consequent encroachment. Okay, and then after we hit that wick consequent encroachment, we displace higher, creating this order block right here. And this order block right here is what I used for my entry. And why did I choose this order block specifically, and why did I trust to have my stop loss so tight? Okay, make sure you guys have your pens and papers ready, okay? If you want to study 1-minute order blocks that form from 5-minute PD arrays, okay? Make sure you study those order blocks, because you will notice that they are very, very influential in price when everything else is aligned, of course, right? You need the narrative that I just explained like 3 times, and you also need time, okay? Time always comes first. 950 to 1010 macro. I have it highlighted right here. So that's why this order block was so impactful on price, and why I trusted it so much, and why I trusted to have my stop loss so tight, right? And we also have this, if you go on, this is a 30-second time frame on the right side. We have this balanced price range right here. This is a balanced price range. What makes this a balanced price range? Because in order to form this order block, we had this impulsive move lower, which dug into the 5-minute BISI, right? And then we had this impulsive move higher. So what did we do? We created a fair value gap to the downside, and then we created a fair value gap to the upside. This creates your balanced price range, BPR, which is just balanced price range. Okay, so that's why I was so confident in having, I put my stop loss at below the midpoint, or at the midpoint of the balanced price range, because if this is truly is a balanced price range, price should not go below the midpoint of this. But keep in mind, right, it's okay, it's not only just this it's not only just this entry. It's not only, if you're only looking at the right side chart, okay, and you didn't listen to anything I just explained, and you're like only understanding this part, then you're gonna get stopped out countless times, right? You're gonna lose many trades because you only see this and you think every balanced price range is gonna not come to the midpoint, or you think that, you know, every fair value gap is gonna work, or every, you know, this is a, oh, how I got a 20K payout trading inversion fair value gaps, right? This is what most of the influencers on social media do. Okay, they select a random, they don't understand, they don't even understand why they won, right? They just see a fair value gap or an inversion fair value gap and be like, oh, how I made $5,000 today trading inversion fair value gaps, right? They never understand. They always forget this part of the explanation, their left side, right? They only focus on this side because this is all that they understand. Their understanding is limited, which is why, you know, they're unable to have, you know, like, they can't really teach well because they don't really understand how to teach. They don't understand what's going on. All they understand is that, you know, this inversion for value gap just somehow worked, right? And this is where, you know, oh, it just, you know, you're going to take loss. It all comes down to probabilities, which is true to a certain degree, which, you know, that's always going to be true. But if you want to have the highest win rate and the best trades, you need to have everything that I explained on the left side chart. You need to have all of that behind your trades. If you have all of what I explained on the left side chart behind your trades, then all of your trades are going to look like this on the right side chart. Not just, you know, maybe once a week, once a month. Every single one of your trades will look like this if you have everything I explained on the left side chart. You need to have the narrative behind the trades, and that will make, you know, that is what will give your trades the highest probability and, you know, the highest RR potentially. So that's basically like an explanation on narrative with this real-time example used. All right, now I can read the chat. I was locked in on that. I noticed that the fake real move usually happens before market open. Is this normal? Or can it normally happen after market open? It usually happens both. It happens both. I'd say most of the time I think it happens after market open actually. And it usually happens less pre-market, but it does happen pre-market. Let me see if I can try and like draw this out. Fake real move, and then you get your Judas swing here. Judas swing, and then here is your real move. I turn down the opacity so it's a little bit more clear. I'll also move it to the back. Have I ever gotten payouts from Apex before? No, I've never. I only traded Apex like when I first started trading, and I never got a payout with them. I finished trading. Yeah, I'm done for the day. New week opening gap didn't bother me. It did. I was bearish at first. That's what the first two trades were. I took two shorts, and then I got stopped out for half. I took two small losses on both of them. Fuck your time. All you need is market structure. That is not true. Time always comes first. What is my experience with CE stop losses? Content growth for stop losses. Well, it just depends on the narrative, right? Like if this was a normal fair value gap, and I didn't have all of that narrative behind it, I would have put my stop loss at the below of this candle. So the second candle, the low of that is usually where I put my stop loss for fair value gaps. But since today we had all the narrative behind the trade as well as the 1 minute order block, then I felt confident putting my stop loss above the midpoint. Let me change this back to a balanced price range instead of just a simple inversion for value gap. Dodgy. No, yeah, that's you picked up on who I was referencing, but yeah, it's people like Dodgy. Most of these social media influencers don't even know why they actually win. They just see ICT Concept and they just market the shit out of it and say that it's their concept, it's their model, and it's just so that they can get more people to buy their $5,000 high ticket mentorship. Do I only trade NQ? Yeah. Do I plan to do backtesting session? I don't really backtest. I never really have. The main thing I did to get better at reading price was just watch the markets every day, watch the real price every day, and just trying to find the ICT concepts within real price action and watching how it works. That's how I learned the quickest way to read price, and I think personally that's the most efficient way, instead of just backtesting. It would be very interesting to see my process. Yeah, no, I don't really backtest at all. I just read real price and tape read. Can I check gold? Sure. I don't trade gold though, but I can check it for you. I forgot the gold futures ticker. Oh, there you go, GC. This is gold. Absolute buns. We did come in and fill that new week opening gap though. But that's gold. Will I save the stream to my channel? Yeah. It'll be saved to my live streams. Would I short scalp this? I'm done for the day, so I wouldn't do anything. I'll say that. I don't want to. This wouldn't be the highest probability trade, so that's why I'm not like giving you any advice on it, because I wouldn't take it just because of the probabilities behind it. But like I said, I can't give my own insight on this. I would only give my insight on trades like the ones I took, because they had, you know, real narrative behind them. I say only look for longs, is what C Chairs said. Until ES takes out that high, maybe. Which series helped you the most? 2022 model. Definitely the 2022 mentorship. I think that was like the first series I've ever. That was the first ever ICT content that I consumed. And then I also watched a lot of his old live streams, and that helped a lot. And then also just me reading price on my own in real time. That was like the main thing I would say that helped me, you know, read price better. It's just reading price on my own, and, you know, being able to see it in real time. That's definitely what helped the most. Yeah, no problem. If you guys are new to this, it's my YouTube channel, then you can go ahead and join the Discord link in the description. It's completely free. It's just a community of traders. I'm just typing in there right now, so I'm pretty active in there, usually every day. So you should definitely join that. Can you see the trade I took? Yeah, it's I took 3 trades. 2 of them were small losses, and then the third one was this long right here to all-time highs. Those were my trades. Alpha futures will be giving another 50K. Nice. When well they've been having a lot of problems with their new platform, Alpha Trader. So if you bought an account on the Alpha Trader platform since May 22nd, I believe, then you can get a free account, but only if you bought a Alpha Trader account on the Alpha Trader platform, or Alpha Futures account on the Alpha Trader platform. Only then can you get the free account. You already got one a couple of days ago, and I bought one I think Friday, so I'll get another one. Yeah, yeah. They said they'll give out another free one. I think next week. Or they said you should get instructions in your whatchamacallit, in your email, like another email basically telling you how to get the free account. So yeah, you'll get another free account. What the fuck? I know. I mean, it's okay, worth it. Like, even though they've been having a lot of problems, and even though like I wasn't able to take this trade on my funded accounts, like I'm still getting a free account at the end of the day, so I'm not really too worried about it. What other prop firms would do something like this? I know Alpha Futures is low key goated for that. What firm am I trading right now? Alpha Futures. Let me send this screenshot to my Discord actually. Alpha no activation 50k. Yeah, no, that's what I got. I got the 50k premium, I think it's called. The no activation fee. I got that one for free, and then I'll be getting another one once they allow you to get another free account. Need a cheap account to get back any recommendations? Alpha Futures is pretty good, but Lucid Trading is doing 50% off right now. So you can use my code if you want. You don't have to, but if you use my code, then you'll get 50% off of their account. And I think, let me check right now. I'll check the price for you right now to see how much it is. $50. You can get a $50 what's a 25k, but you can get a 25k for $50 for Lucid, or you can get a 50k for $70. So yeah, the Lucid Trading with 50% off is probably the best choice, I'd say, in terms of like the best account to get right now for the cheapest price. Best bang for your buck is definitely the Lucid account, 50% off. They had 50% off sale last week. Yeah, no, their 50% off sale was Alpha Futures also had 50% off, but they ended it, so it's no longer 50% off. That was crazy. Nice, got the same trade. Nice, hammers gamers. You use mine? Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, my code actually gives you an extra 0.01% off. So hypothetically, supposedly. Thanks, bro. Use my code. Okay, thank you, bro. Thank you. But yeah, Lucid right now, they're still running their 50% off, and it's up to 2 uses, so you can get 2 accounts for the price of 1, literally. So it's literally like buy 1 get 1 free with Lucid right now, since it's 50% off. Yeah, keep in mind, to use TradingView, you must pay like $30-$40 each month. You don't have if you. Oh yeah, no. The only reason I have the 30-second time frame is because I pay for like the highest version of TradingView. I always buy it on Black Friday. That's the method to put you guys on the tech. Always just get the yearly plan for TradingView on Black Friday. That's when it's literally like 90. It's like 80% off, I think, or something. It's like literally insane. Doesn't Alpha have consistency rule? They have on the Depends on what account you get. On the premium and the what's advanced and premium, there's no consistency rule in the funded stage, but on the zero account, there is a consistency on the funded stage. It's like 40%. Alpha futures, you get Alpha Trader. Yeah, no, Alpha Trader, the platform, it has great potential, but like I said, they're having a lot of problems right now, which is to be expected. It's like when TopStep X first came out, they had a lot of outages. Everyone was like tripping out, but now they're like all fine, right? So they just have to, get used to the volume and adjust the platform to, be able to handle that many users. And once they do that and, actually upgrade the platform, then it should be pretty good. Use ICT price action concepts and trade using the 2022 model. Nice, bro. Yeah, that was the first model the first ICT concept I ever consumed was the 2022 model. NQ at 30K is crazy. I know. 30K, bro. I feel like we're just setting up for something big. I don't know. There's no reason the market should be going up right now. But can I look at gold? Yeah, it's the second guy that asked me to look at gold. Why does everyone like gold so much? Well, this is a futures contract. I don't know if you want me to look at the Forex contract because you said XAU USD. But this is a futures contract. There's your gold. It's a pretty nice propulsion block here. That's what I had marked out. I marked out the order block first, and then showed you guys. Marked out the propulsion block, but I didn't label it out yet. But there's your propulsion block. There's sell side right here as well. Sell side liquidity. Giving away free 50K accounts and resetting your accounts and renewing your subscription is crazy. Yeah, no, I don't think any other firm would have done that, especially TopStep. You know how they are. TopStep's the most greedy firm out there. Doing this compensation is really generous. Yeah, no, it is. Builds trust. Yeah, no, it does. And it just shows that like they actually care about their traders as well. Nice marketing move for them, yeah. 100%. Do I mark the 10:30 candle or just 10 a.m. who gave away free accounts? I don't mark the 10 a.m. candle. The only candle I have marked here is the 9:30, just the 9:30 open to show you guys. Who gave away free accounts? Alpha Futures gave away free accounts, but only for people who bought an Alpha Futures account on the new platform, Alpha Trader. They're giving away free accounts because the platform Alpha Trader has been going down, and people have been having a lot of problems with it, so they're giving away free 50K accounts. but only if you bought an account using the new platform. Took the longest off first array gap to the minor buy side. Not all time highs, unfortunately. Well, I mean, it's as long as you get as long as you made money, bro. There's nothing unfortunate about that. You know, if that was your trade for the day, then so be it. There's a clean entry in ES. Time 9:35. No, yeah, I saw the ES as soon as I got stopped out on as soon as I got stopped out on NQ. I looked at ES. I was like, damn, that's a clean ass short right there that I missed because ES was a lot weaker than NQ, and I missed it right here. Institutional order flow entry Joe right here. Tapped that Ferrari gap and ran straight down, straight into London lows right here. So yeah, ES shorts were definitely a lot more cleaner. What's my usual sizing on the 50K count? Usually I'll risk around 250. That's my usual risk. But whenever someone asks me that, I always tell them that what I'm comfortable risking is not always what you're going to be comfortable risking. So, because everyone has a different risk tolerance, mental risk tolerance, not only account risk tolerance, but your mental risk tolerance, right? Whatever you're comfortable risking is always going to be different for everyone. So you just make sure that you figure out what you're comfortable risking and risk only that. Don't, try and force yourself to risk something that you're not comfortable risking, because then you're just going to cause a lot more psychological battles within your own mind. And it's just unnecessary. Following you for about 2 years, saw a lot of different traders, and still after 2 years I found you the most cloudlessly genuine. Of course, bro. That's my main, that's what I'm built around, bro. It's just full transparency and just being genuine. Read from my energy that I honestly like to help people and care about. Oh yeah, of course. Like I always say, that's like my number one priority. I love empathy and emotional intelligence. Thank you, bro. Thank you. You mean long at 9:35? Let me see. Oh, down here. That's what you're talking about. Like a turtle suit? Keep the style up, stay myself. Thank you, bro. Of course, always stay myself. If you guys have any questions about anything on the live stream, you can ask away. It doesn't have to be. It can be about today's price action. It could be about the freedom model. It could be about like anything about my journey, anything you want to share about your journey, any questions you have, anything you're struggling with. You can ask questions about anything. Also, if you're new, make sure you join the Discord link in the description. It's completely free. It's just a community that I've grown since I first started trading back in 2022, and I've just been growing the Discord ever since. Question mark, question mark. I don't know what that means. Freedom model is a 2022 model. No, it is not. If you go and watch my video on the Freedom model I made, I think like 3 days ago, you'll see what the Freedom model is. But no, it's not just the 2022 model. LARP. What could I possibly be LARPing right now? What am I LARPing? Dude, I love trolls, bro. Trolls are so funny. It's like they just have like no thought process behind what they say. They just say stuff just to say stuff. So I bet you're gonna check it out. I bet, yeah. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it in the comments or my Discord if you have any more questions about anything. Discord preferably, because I'll get back to you a lot quicker on Discord than a YouTube comment, because YouTube doesn't really, for some reason YouTube doesn't notify me whenever I get a comment. It doesn't notify me in real time. It'll notify me like 30 minutes after. How do I identify the entry point and at what time frame? Usually the entry point is on the 1 minute chart, and that's what I used today. I just used this bullish order block, and I'm just showing this 30-second time frame on the right side chart because I want to show you guys why I had my stop loss so tight. It's because of the balanced price range. But usually I find my entries on the 1 minute, and as far as the entry point, I just use ICT PD arrays like the order block, fair value gap, inversion, fair value gap, breaker block, propulsion block, stuff like that. It's more of the daily power of 3 with his own twist on it. Yeah, it's more of the daily power of 3, but exclusively tied to the New York session. So it's not really the daily power of 3. It's more of like the New York session power of 3, I guess. But with like he said, it's with my own twist on it and my own like framework. Does the Freedom model work on gold? I cannot guarantee you because I don't trade gold. So I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to say no because I don't know. Like I said, I haven't traded gold using this model. So if you want, you can, watch the video and then look at gold, see if it does what the Freedom model does. And if so, then, please let me know so I can let other people know. Do I genuinely believe the markets move via an algorithm? Yes, 100%. I think AI technology has been around for at least like 50 years, maybe even 100 years. AI technology has been around, and I think they definitely use it in the markets. Algorithms, or even if they just actually move the markets themselves. But I think it would just be more efficient just to use AI to move it, like with the algorithm, and then they know what the algorithm does, so they're just like, they have their entries and stuff based on the algorithm. Trade the current chart. I'm already done trading for the day, but I'm not gonna force myself to keep trading for your own entertainment. Is supply and demand overrated? I don't trade supply and demand. I trade ICT Concepts, so I don't know about supply and demand. I don't think supply and demand is the most efficient way to read price, because I don't think the markets operate off of supply and demand. But as far as it being overrated, I don't really know how to answer that. I would not trade supply and demand personally, though. Question: how many entry models do I have? Well, I mean, I'm comfortable entering on like most PD arrays. Like, I can enter on a fair value gap. I can enter on a order block. I can enter on an inversion fair value gap just because of like my experience. But when I first started, I started only with fair value gaps. And it's very important that you start with only one, because you need to, build up your confidence with one, and then over time you can move on to another and then build your confidence with that one. But definitely don't try and juggle all of them at once, because that'll just cause a lot more confusion than confidence, and it's going to just delay your progress even more. So focus on one, find one that you really like, that one that really resonates with you, and stick with it. And yeah. But right now, like, I can use the only entry mechanism I'm not really comfortable entering on yet is turtle soup. I still haven't, like, it just doesn't sit right with me entering like without knowing where to put my stop. I just wouldn't know where to put my stop loss on a turtle soup. So I still have to study turtle soup more, and eventually I'll be able to trade turtle soup, just not right now. Who is they in my eyes? I don't know. And I think that's the point, right? We're not supposed to know who they are, because like the whole point is that they conceal their identity to the best degree, so that literally no one knows who they are. But just, the people, whoever controls the world, it's not, a lot of people might say Israel, but I don't even think it's them. I think it's the people above. I think there's people above Israel, like the highest of the highest elites that control everything. The people of all religions, of all races, right? At that point, at that status, at the top, religion, race, none of it matters, right? All they care about, well, I think religion might matter. I think they all believe in the same religion, or even if there is a religion. But whatever race, wherever they come from, it doesn't matter, right? All they care about is their belief system, and yeah, that's all they really care about. I believe it's multiple algos at play. It could be. Bro, Jan, if you don't get choked. I asked about entries because how do you measure my win rate and profitability? I just measure it based off of the trades I take. So I understand what you're saying, though. But I just measure it on all the trades I take, because like my freedom model, the reason why it's called the freedom model is because, one, it gives you the financial freedom that you want, but also, two, because it gives you the freedom to enter on whatever you want. Like the freedom model is basically just a framework around your trades, and then you're free to choose what entries you want. Like you could trade the fake real move, right? You can go short. I mean, you can go long up to minor buy side. You can trade the fake real move, or you can go short on the Judas swing. You can go short to minor sell side, or you can go long and catch the real move, right? So you have the freedom to choose whichever move you want to be a part of, and then you also have the freedom to choose whichever entry you want to take. You could have taken the 5-minute fair value gap entry. You could have taken this wick consequent encroachment entry. You could have taken the order block entry like I took. You could have taken the inversion fair value gap entry and held for longer. All right, so you have the freedom to choose whichever entry mechanism you want, and that's basically like the whole premise behind my model. But if you want like a specific entry mechanism win rate, like you're talking about, then you could just stick to one entry mechanism and only track that win rate. Or you can just take multiple entry mechanisms, but have a different win rate tracker for each mechanism. So I watch ES chart, or it doesn't make sense sometimes, like it's not correlated. No, yeah, that's we had a SMT today, so that's I do watch ES. ES is very weak compared to NQ, but I was watching ES and I saw this SMT right here, and that's what gave me more conviction in my longs. That's why I was more confident in them, because initially I was short, and that's what the first two trades were. You can see the two short arrows right here. I was short. I took shorts at first, and then took small losses, and then I took this long. Israel's a big secret and the USA is afraid. Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to get too political on here because I don't know if YouTube's gonna fucking ban my shit or whatever. But I think definitely Israel has control over America, and I think that I think we're having a war for consciousness right now. We're having a war for attention, and whoever wins the war will basically gain control over the whole entire world because they'll have control over consciousness. I think that's what's going on right now. Just gotta add during live. LOL. Okay, YouTube. Just feel them motherfuckers not human. Yeah. Yeah, who knows, bro? Who knows what really goes on? At the end of the day, bro, I'm just trying to make some money and drive a Ferrari 812 super fast. That's all I'm trying to do. And take care of my family, of course. Whatever happens, happens. Not really in my control. I know some people might say it's like bad to think that way, but in reality, bro, it's really like there's not really much we can do unless some kind of like super influential power rises and creates a revolution. And I think everyone who tries to, like, everyone who's in power enough to actually create a revolution and starts to like quote unquote become awakened and, you know, start seeing what's really going on with the world. Anyone who's in that position to actually lead a revolution, they always end up killing or assassinating, you know, such as like Charlie Kirk, for example, right? He was starting to recognize what was really going on, and they probably saw that he had the genuine potential to actually lead a revolution. So what did they do? They got rid of him. I hope like me sharing this info doesn't get me added onto the list. I'm gonna have like 2 men in black suits show up to my front door tomorrow. But yeah, I really have to be careful what I say, even though I don't have no influence at all, but still. Videos are very encouraging and realistic. Please keep them coming. Don't let small viewers discourage you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Real talk, I respect it. Yeah. Did the same thing to a guy named Rashad Jamal. I've never heard of him. Let me see. And it's also like all the scientists that went missing as well. Rashad Jamal was a rapper. I see. But no, they also did the same thing to like all the scientists that were exposing like the anti-gravity technology. Like all this UFO stuff and anti-gravity technology, like all that shit has been around for years, decades, bro. They just can't give it to the public yet. And that's why every time someone discovers it, they always silence them. Sound like Patreon? I do have to calm down. How is it going on prop firms these times for you? Prop firms, I mean, they're so pretty. They're so good. I've never really had any issues with any prop firms. And yeah, he's listening and will destroy all my futures position. Yeah, I know. And he's gonna literally like, you're just gonna see a position just enter on its own, and it's just gonna be max cons, and I won't be able to exit. Did I look up to Charlie Kirk? I didn't really look up to him, but a lot of the stuff that he was saying made sense. Right? I feel like that's why he had like a good following, because he was very intellectual, and you know what he said made sense. Rashad was a spiritual teacher. Yeah, no, same thing with Michael Jackson, right? Like Michael Jackson literally had the world in his palms, and it's kind of funny that they just made a movie about him just to make more money. But Michael Jackson literally had the whole world. Like Michael Jackson's probably the closest thing to like a world. How do you say it? Like world, like the world peace, like the whole world coming together. Like Michael Jackson could have led a world revolution if he wanted to. And if you look up like the stuff that Michael Jackson was saying, he was talking about the Jews, and he was talking about Israel. He was talking about the people, what they do, and some of it was literally in his music. And he would say he was spreading like the woke message in his music, and then that's when they started accusing him of the pedophilia, whatever, all that stuff. They started accusing him, and it still wasn't enough. He kept going, and eventually they had to get rid of him because, like I said, he was in the position to actually turn the world against them. But yeah, I don't know. They spoon-fed us this how 5G was. He was raising the frequency at the time they didn't want. I'll have to look into Rashad then. The same thing with XXX Tentacion. He was also spreading the same message, of opening your minds, becoming awakened. And he was on the rise to, popularity. They probably saw him as a threat and had to get rid of him. Do I think you should still be trading? I mean, you can. I'm not going to tell you no. Would I personally be trading right now? No. But that's just me personally. I'm not going to, tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Because I don't know how you trade. What did he say that made sense? He just said a whole bunch of stuff. He was talking about how the government controls us, how they, they basically like put up an image, like, that photo. Yeah, let me show you that cave fire photo, where they're like holding up the stuff. I forgot what it's called. Fuck, I forgot what that image. It's like, I think like Play-Doh. Was it Play-Doh? Yeah, I think it was Play-Doh. Aristotle. It was Aristotle. This image right here. Let me see if I can open it. How do I zoom in? Oh, it's such low quality. Hold on. Let me get an actual image for you guys. Right here. Zoom. Let me show you guys this. Not that one. This one. Alright, so this image basically is like what goes on in our world, right? We have the people who are in control. They're showing this the image on the shadow. They're showing the shadows of the wall on the wall. Basically, like they show us what they want us to see, and then there's people down here in the lower part looking at the shadows. That's like, this is the world population, right? The world population is only seeing what they want us to see, and then the people who escape see the truth, the sunlight. And I believe the truth is just like the higher self, the level of spirituality, the higher dimensions, etc. And most of the population is not aware of any of that stuff because, like I said, they only show you what they want you to see, what they want you to be aware of. So just know that anything that you're seeing, most of it is just because they want you to see it, basically. But let's get back to trading, shall we? the market is run on algorithm and it's the biggest market in the world, why hasn't ICT been taken? Because ICT concepts function off of human emotions, and the algorithm also functions off of human emotions. So the algorithm will never change unless humans become robots. That's why the ICT has not been taken. Don't you find it weird how most of the so-called conspiracies are coming to light and they're just letting it happen? Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, like everything that they're letting be known is, they're doing it on purpose. If they want something silenced, then they have complete control over social media. Like, look at the if you guys remember, I think it was 2024 January 1st, the Miami Mall incident, when there was like 100 cop cars outside of the mall, and somehow no one has any footage of inside the mall, even though there was countless people recording, and all the people who said they were recording said that the footage just got simply wiped off of their phone. Like, they have the power to, get rid of stuff if they want to. They just, like I said, they're choosing what you want, what they let you see and what they don't let you see. But that Miami Mall incident, I think that's I think that is probably like one of the biggest quote unquote conspiracy theories of our modern day, because that shit was just wild. And it's so weird how there's like no footage of it at all. Do I think they might come after me? No, they might be coming after you, bro. You might have to watch out. You're in my Discord? Thank you, bro. Thank you. They're coming after you, bro. They might be coming after me too now. What's a realistic payout goal to aim for? I don't know, $200. I mean, there's no like payout goal you should be aiming for. You should just be trading until you get 5 winning days, and then once you get 5 winning days, that's when you can check your account balance and see how much you can take out. You shouldn't be trading with a specific goal in mind, because that's how you end up making irrational emotional decisions based off how big of a payout you want. You should try poker, but I love poker. Your bi-weekly to weekly check. Catch you later. Alright, see you. I don't want to trade, I want to be spiritual before they get me. They're silencing you, bro. They're gonna silence me too, bro. If my stream just randomly ends, bro, just know that it wasn't me. If I didn't get my first entry, would I have entered on at the 5 minute? Oh no, I entered right here on the order block. I entered after the 5 minute Bissy. I didn't enter down here. I got stopped out of my shorts right here. Can you be like me one day? Yeah, you can, bro. You can be like yourself. That should be your goal. Figure out who you are and just be true to yourself as much as you can. Can you get rich off of trading? Yes. You saw a 5 minute, but you woke up too late? You gotta wake up, bro. Come on, bro. I'm on the West Coast, bro. I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. What's the most I've made in a month trading? I'd say the most I made was probably around like 18K. I think I got in payouts. But I didn't that wasn't like all net profit. I probably spent like a good like $3,000 to $5,000 on evals just to make that 18K. I need a podcast. I should maybe I should start one, bro. I've this one guy, trading something show. You guys might know who he is. Trader motivation show. Bro, he's literally like commented on my videos telling me he wants to do a podcast with me. He reacted to one of my videos and he texted me on Instagram. He said that he'll hit me up for a podcast, and this guy just never hit me up. It's been like 4 months now. What's my win rate? 5%. 18 profit. What part of the West Coast am I from? Got to do a West Coast trader meetup. I'm from NorCal. Trading's hard. Trading is hard. Do I trade gold at all? No, I don't. This playlist is low-key fire. Do a podcast with you? I got you, bro. If you got a platform, bro, we can do a podcast. We gotta get up. I love deep talks like this. Do a podcast, bro. Tell people who have a platform. Tell me to get there on their podcast, their trader podcast, and I'll do it. What's my daily trade limit? Usually it's 1 to 2. The only reason I took 3 today is because the first 2 trades were like small losses, so they weren't like real sized trades, and it allowed me to still continue trading. 5%? Yeah, no, my win rate's around 5%. Do I still talk to Tay? Yeah, I do. I talk to him almost every day. Norteño. I'm assuming that means NorCal. Someone from the NorCal. Am I still with my girl? Yeah, I am. We just got this new apartment together. What would I name my podcast? I don't even know. If I started my own podcast, maybe I don't even know. I'd have to put some thought behind it. Big question: am I profitable? No, I'm not profitable. To answer the big question. Does my girl work? Yeah, she does. Trying to make single income money? Yeah, no, me too, bro. Did I make over 100K on payouts? No. I'm asking not ask questions. Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. Have you ever thought about going live? What do you mean? I'm live right now. You mean like trading live? For a while back, a signal service, if I remember correctly, you don't offer one anymore. I didn't have a signal service. I had like a private group where I taught people, and I was live trading like almost every day. So some people might have used it as a signal group. That's why, like, if I do anything in the future, like if I end up teaching again, I'm definitely not gonna be live trading every day because people just use it as a signal service, and that's just like not what I want people to do. So I'm probably gonna only like live trade like once or twice a week, and then leave the rest of the week up to them to, you know, actually find the opportunities themselves. Obviously, I'll still give them like daily bias in the mornings, you know, pre-session, give them what I want to see, and then post-session recaps every day. But in terms of like actually live trading, I definitely don't want to do a signal service because you're not gonna grow as a trader as running or, you know, just being a part of a signal service. And if I want traders to actually become independent and not need me anymore, then why would I run a signal service, right? The whole goal is so that people can become independent. The whole reason you become a trader so that you can become independent and not rely on anyone. So like if you're gonna just be following a signal service, then why are you even trading at that point? Hear me out. Do I think blood donations actually go to people in need, or for rich people who's looking for blood transfusions to be younger? No, I mean I think in terms of rich people looking to look younger, they definitely, that's like the whole point of the human trafficking. Like most of the human trafficking and like child and the kidnapping, all the kids that go missing and stuff. That's where they get all their kids from, and like how they like look younger. They do that all from the child kidnappings. And bro, there's so many children that get kidnapped every year that like don't get publicized. Like you guys will be like surprised, especially in like the third world countries and stuff, like Mexico. And I don't think that's third world, but I mean like the places where there's a lot of like crime, like Mexico, Brazil, the favelas, all the kidnappings and stuff. They pay a lot of money. Thoughts on the new Top Step rules? I think that they definitely moved Top Step from like number 1 firm, number 2 firm, all the way down to like maybe like 5 or 6. But it's still a good firm overall. Platform X, the platform X carries the Top Step X though. Like I mean, Top Step as a firm is carried by the platform Top Step X, I would say. Like a live account? Yeah, I do plan on opening a live account eventually, once I'm able to milk these prop firms. Blood donations make your chances to be profitable lower. This has to be a human made. Is this you? How many accounts am I copy trading? Right now I have 3 accounts. Do I believe an edge actually exists, or is just 50-50 and we get edge from RR? I know. I think an edge actually exists because there's, like I said, I think the market's just ran by an algorithm. So, I think as long as, I mean the edge really is just how often can you see the algorithm playing out. That's what the edge really is. And like I said, it's not going to be 100% of the time that the algorithm will play out. Like there's going to be times where it's like, what the fuck, like why the fuck did that happen? And those times you literally just can't do anything about that. And those are the losses, like the mandatory losses that you're going to take. But outside of that, I think there's definitely like an edge because the markets aren't random. So therefore, there has to be some kind of edge. And I think the edge is just seeing the algorithm, seeing what the market's trying to do in real time. And then RR is honestly like fake, bro. Like you can have as big of a RR as you want. You just have to find the right entries and know where to put your stop loss. My bad if you already answered this. So why trust a bullish order block? I missed because I was looking for a deeper trace. The reason why I trust this bullish order block is because we had, to put it in simple terms, without explaining everything, we had this 5-minute fair value gap as well as this 1-minute wick, consequent encroachment. And if you pay attention to 1-minute order blocks that are formed from 5-minute PD arrays, you'll find something very interesting. So you definitely want to be paying attention to those. And so we created this 1-minute order block, and then on the 30-second chart, you can see on the right side, we have this balanced price range, BPR. So that's where I got my entry at. 1-minute order block plus 30-second balanced price range. You can see I entered right there at the low. And then I had my stop loss below the midpoint of the balanced price range. And that's why I was able to trust that 1-minute fair value gap. That 1-minute order block. What firm do I use now? Right now, I'm only using Alpha Futures because I just got back from my 3-month break from trading, so I'm slowly growing my allocation again. Right now, I have 2 funded accounts and then this one eval that I traded today, and it's halfway to passing. Why did I name it the Freedom Model? I named it Freedom Model because it gives you financial freedom, and it also gives you the freedom to have any kind of entry mechanism that you want. You're not tied to one entry mechanism. The Freedom Model is mainly like a framework and how to build a narrative behind your trade so that you can have the highest probability And then as far as your entry mechanism, you can choose whatever entry mechanism you want. Just 8 off that short. Nice. You wet, just donate blood already, gang. What is you wet? How much I make in an average month? Dude, this has to be human made. I make $0 on the average month trading. How do I feel about instant funded accounts? I bet that top set's next move, but instant funded accounts are absolutely horrible because they always have that 20% consistency rule in the funded, like over, like on the account, and that 20% consistency is just absolutely horrible. Like, you should never be trading with 20% you shouldn't be trading with any consistency rules at all, right? Like that's why I don't really like the alpha futures zero accounts, because they have that consistency rule. You should not have any consistency rule at all. But instant funded accounts have a 20% consistency rule. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I would never want to have to deal with that. Why take a break? Because there's a lot of like transitioning going on in my personal life, and it was like, it just was taking up majority of my mental capacity, and I was unable to like focus on my trading. So I realized like I wasn't performing the best, and I was like, you know, it's better if I just take a step back rather than, you know, just keep blowing money on these prop firms. What's my methodology behind evals? I usually risk around like a 25%. So if I have a 50K and I have $2,000 drawdown available, then I'll risk like 400, maybe even 500, just so that I can, you know, pass in 2 days. But it's not like I'm risking the whole account, right? I'm not risking 1,000. I'm not risking 2,000. I'm still managing my risk, but to a certain degree for the evals, just so I can, you know, pass a little bit faster. But that's not going to work for everyone, because like I said, everyone has their own mental risk tolerance, and some people are going to be less comfortable risking that, and you just have to know yourself, know what you're more comfortable risking, and stick to that. Like I said, you don't want to force yourself to risk a certain amount that you're not used to, because it's going to do more harm than good. Also, on quarterly theory and fearing, seems like he wins every day in his Discord. I don't know, man. I don't know who fearing is, but quarterly theory is just, it's just rebranded. It's just repackaged ICT Concepts. That's all it is. I mean, if it seems like he's winning every day, as long if he's showing like the if he's showing the same funded account or whatever he trades, if he's showing the same account every day, you know, he's not constantly cycling through accounts, and you know, he's showing his executions like this where you can see it on the chart, then he's got it. If not, if he's hiding stuff, then you know, there might be something fishy going on. How I make $0 a month with Freedom Model. Obviously, I don't make $0 a month. Bro. I was just joking. Who's human made, gang? Bro, you are human made, bro. Stop. We all make 0 in trade demo. Shout out to the tax fan. No, for real. I mean, prop firms are just demo at the end of the day. How many contracts I took? I went to NQ long on the order block with a 10.25 handle stop loss. So I risked $400 on this trade to make $2,000. So it was a 1 to 5. And here's the shorts that I wanted that are playing out. Look at this. If I didn't go long, I probably would have taken these shorts right at the macro. I would have held for London lows, because I was originally targeting London lows. We just never got it. I got ads on, but I might have ads on. Not gonna lie. Should you just LARP? Honestly, bro, like you might just have to start LARPing. I might have to start LARPing too. I might just take a trip to Miami, rent a supercar, ask my friends if I can borrow their watches. I have friends that live in Miami. I could just ask them to borrow their car and watch and just like LARP. What's my dream car? I don't know. Right now, I think it's probably the Ferrari 812 super fast. I think I'd say that's like my dream car. But like my next goal car in terms of like what I want to get next might be maybe I don't know, it was an Audi RS3, but now I'm looking at like Corvettes, and like low key, bro, you can get like a C8 Z06 used for like the same price as like a newer Audi RS3. So I might just get like a C8 Z06 by the end of this year, hopefully. Did you use seconds time frame to find entry? Yeah, I did. This is a 30-second on the right side chart. I don't know if you guys can see I don't know how clear it is on the stream, but yeah, it's a 30-second chart. How do you know just my execution shows no payouts? Fearing is legit. I mean, if you say so. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who he is, so we just LARPing live. Yes, exactly. I wanted shorts, but I always get scared to short all-time highs. That's why you gotta wait for time, bro. The macros. We ran up all the way until look at when we started reversing, bro. It's like it's right in front of your face every single day. It's right in front of all of our faces every day. You just have to be able to see it. 1050 macro, that's when the reversal starts. How can I get into trading? Boy. How can I get into trading as a beginner? Well, first of all, you have to like understand I just turned my music down too much. Hold on. Alright, that should be fine. But first of all, you have to understand like the basics of trading, like what a candlestick is, what the y-axis and the x-axis is. You have to understand the very basics, and after you understand the very basics, you should understand like how the market actually works, like what a market order is, what a limit order is, what a sell stop is, what a buy stop is. Learn all the basics first, and then after you learn all the basics, I would personally recommend ICT is how you learn like how to view the market. I think that's the best way to view the market, but it's completely up to you, whatever you want to study. But I'd say that'd be like the best path to take. SSS. Can we consider that 15-minute candle as order block at 9:15? This one, I mean, at first, yeah, like from the 9:45 candle, that's the order block right there. But right now, would I use it as an order block? No. I think it's already done its job as an order block and sent price into all-time highs. Right now, what I'd be looking for is this wick. You see this long 15-minute wick? I'd be marking out the quadrant levels of that wick. RS3 fast? No, RS3 is hella fast. But bro, C8 Z06, bro, is RS3 really better than that, bro? C8 Z06, bro, that shit is sexy, bro. That shit is sexy, sounds good, and is fast. Let me see how much they are. Like I'm gonna buy one tomorrow or something. CA06 used. 60K? Are you kidding me? Oh no, it's a Stingray. Oh wait, never mind, bro. What? Z06 are like 100K. Oh yeah, never mind. I thought they were cheaper. I mean, I get a C7. A C7 Z06 is like, yeah, like 70, like 60K, 70K. So I could get a C7 Z06 for the same price as like a RS3. I don't know, cause C7, like everyone has a C7, but no one has a RS3. So maybe a RS3 would be better just for like the I don't know though, bro. I don't know, bro. I'll think about it when I have the money to do so. I'm over here stressing about RS4 is low key better, bro. I've never seen a RS4 in Cali. I knew price too much. I should have stayed greedy today. No, you should not have stayed greedy today. You did a good job of not being greedy. Don't beat yourself up about leaving money on the table, bro. You did a good job sticking to your rules. Stop much below consequent encroachment of balanced price range? Yes, exactly. Is this a New York reversal daily profile playing out? Possibly. Long now. Easy longs. Alright, I want to see you go long, whoever said that, and show me. You focus on macros too? Yeah, no, macros is what you should be focusing on for any entry. Literally no entries on those cells? What do you mean? There's an entry right here. Right at the beginning of the macro. And then there's another entry right here, the order block. I actually marked out this order block in real time if you go back in the stream, as well as this propulsion block. There's multiple entries. And there's a fair value gap right here as well. Very small fair value gap. There's multiple entries on this this run lower. Then there's another fair value gap right here. Oh, I see. No, I don't trade a strat. I use two though. I had decent win rate. What's the best way to stop strategy hopping? The best way to stop strategy hopping is go through your journal and figure out which trades you liked the best and stick to that. Stick to those. If you go through your journal and you don't really find any trades that you like, that means that you just haven't found your model yet. You just have to find one that you're comfortable with. Find one that fits your personality and stick to it. And obviously just accept the fact that like any strategy, most strategies work. Right, over the span of a long period, some strategies are more profitable than others, but at the end of the day, most strategies will make you money. What's up, Easy? Easy 115. Is that 115 like from Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2 Zombies, or is that just 115? Driving is for workers. Get sprinters and get a driver. I don't think I'd ever get a driver, or like a personal driver, because bro, I love driving. I would love driving a supercar. Who wouldn't want to drive their supercar if they have one? Like that doesn't make any sense. If I'm like going somewhere and I need to like get work done while I'm driving, then like yeah, I'll get a driver and like a Escalade, a blacked out Escalade, or just like a truck or something. But if I'm just going somewhere and I have my supercars lined up, bro, I'm definitely driving my supercars 9 times out of 10. CA01 better, but yeah, no, CA01 is literally like a supercar at that point. Like, bro, I can get an R8. Like, low-key, I get an R8 for the same price as a CA06. I just realized. Might have to get R8. Jaguars are smooth, bro. I saw this nice ass Jaguar. I don't know what model it was, but I saw this nice ass one last week on the freeway. That shit looks so sexy. Easy longs, holy entry. How can I get into trading as a beginner? Are you the same guy that asked that earlier, or are you a different guy? Oh, you are a different guy. Wow, it's so weird. You guys have like the same exact. Bro, are these bots? How do you have like the same exact message as the other guy? I'm surprised new week opening gap wasn't mitigated. Would have been perfect for weekly power of 3. We are just so bullish. Well, I mean, yeah, that depends if the weekly candle is bullish. But we'll see. I do think that the new week opening gap will get filled in this week. It's just a matter of when. If not this week, then next week. But I am definitely, short-term bearish until we fill in that new week opening gap. I just took longs today because I just saw them, and it was right in front of my face. I wanted shorts initially. That's what these first 2 trades are, where I got stopped out for two small losses. I wanted shorts, and then I realized, all right, we're probably just gonna go all-time highs, and I didn't want to just watch it play out. I could have just watched it play out and then waited for the shorts, but I just took this long because it was right in front of my face. I was like, why not? One day I follow my rules, next day I don't. How do I fix this? Figure out what is first. You need to figure out what's driving you to not follow your rules. What are you thinking about that causes you to break your rules? Are you thinking about making more money? Are you being greedy? What's causing you to break your rules? Are you not following your model? You have to figure out what the source is, where it's coming from, and then once you figure out where it's coming from, then it'll be easier to kind of change that way of thinking. Because I can't tell you stop thinking like this if I don't know why you're thinking like that, right? You have to figure out why you think the way you think, and then you have to counteract those thoughts with the truth. Basically, for example, if you think oh, I break my rules because I want to make money faster, I want to get rich quicker, so I over leverage, or I trade outside my model so that I can catch more setups, right? If you think like that, and that is the reason why you over leverage or the reason why you break your model, then you just simply have to tell yourself me over leveraging and me trading outside of my model will actually take longer for me to get rich compared to if I just stuck to my model and didn't over leverage. It would actually be a lot quicker if I did it the right way. And then the more you tell yourself that, and the more that you actually do it, you'll see that the results actually they don't lie. So then it'll just be easier over time. It just becomes easier to do the right things because you see that doing the right things actually gets you the results that you want. So it just becomes naturally easier to do, right? It's I used to have a serious problem of trading Asia session, even though that was never part of my model, but I would trade it almost every day, and it would always result in me losing trades, and most of the time me blowing my accounts. And I just realized why am I constantly doing this if it just results in me blowing my accounts, right? And it's because I wanted to pass evals faster. I wanted to not miss any setups, and then I realized all it does is just leads to me blowing accounts. So why am I going to keep doing it, right? And then literally I just it was so weird. I just stopped. That desire inside of me to trade Asia session literally just went away within a single day. It just got cut complete, cold turkey. And I no longer had the desire to trade Asia session at all anymore. And sometimes here and there I'll get the desire to check the charts and see what Asia session is doing, but it's a lot easier to control those impulses now because I've realized I've seen it. I haven't blown an account in Asia session in so long because I haven't traded it, and it's why would I go back to doing that if I know it's not going to result in anything positive? So it's just a experience that everyone has to go through, and once you get past that certain threshold of that realization that you realize it's not benefiting you at all, then all of a sudden it becomes a lot less appealing to do so. Do you think I should get blacked out Escalade and Aura farm? Now, low key, those things do have aura, bro. Like I was at this dinner in San Francisco at some seafood place, and it was just this black Escalade parked out front with two security guards by the doors, by each like Escalade door, and then they open the door and I just see like some rich ass family walk out the restaurant into the black Escalade. I'm like, damn, bro, that's low key aura. You just watched my before you quit trading. Watch the video. Thank you. How I become profitable. I sometimes spend 3 hours studying, but it feels pointless as I'm just not getting it. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're studying, but I think for the most part, it should never feel pointless, right? At the end of the day, you're just putting in experience. You're gaining that experience, putting in hours. Even if you're going in the wrong direction, you're still gaining experience and, learning. You might be learning the wrong things, but even like in like a month or so, when you realize, it's the wrong thing, it's not like you wasted your time. You still, gained that experience. So it's never really pointless. And, yeah, you should just change your mindset about, how you view things. And even if you don't get it right now, like everyone starts from somewhere, right? There was a point where I didn't get anything at all. That's why I had to spend 6 to 8 hours every single day studying the markets, and that's how I got to where I am so quickly. It's because I was literally spending majority of my day on the charts. So I mean, don't get upset at yourself because you don't get it right now, right? Everyone, there's always a starting point for everyone. Do I speak Mandarin? No, I don't. My family does though. Short. Damn, this guy is like the market maker. Whoever LJJHFSWOXASFGHJLL is, might be a market maker. One of the early shorts where there wasn't enough clarity, 1050 MAC provided the obvious. Yeah. I'm broken in debt and have a low paying job, cannot find another one. So how can I combat this? Mental issues? That's a hard one. Because I know that your trading is probably heavily influenced by your current living situation, and it's hard to kind of separate the two. But like I said, it comes down to the way you think of things, right? If you know that you know your living situation, and you know that applying your living situation to your trading won't benefit your trading anymore and out at all. It'll just make your trading worse, right? So you have to be able to kind of separate your personal life to your trading life, and separate you kind of like want to tap into a different state of mind where you're not thinking about your personal life at all. The only thing you're thinking about is what's right in front of you, which is the charts, and you have to fully focus on charts when you're trading. Nothing else. Don't think about the money. Don't think about anything else. Just simply think about your model, your risk management, and that's it, and the charts and the current price action. That's all you should be worrying about when you're trading and when you're watching price. Because if you trade with everything else within your life situation in mind, then it's never going to end well. I mean, your story is similar coming on YouTube. So you've been profitable share for a year, haven't broken a rule over a year. That's amazing, bro. That is genuinely amazing. Over a year, bro, that is amazing. But you should definitely start a YouTube channel, bro. You should definitely start, because a lot of people would love to hear your story, and a lot of people, would love to see where you are now. You love me, so cool, bro. Thank you, bro. I love you guys too, bro. Thank you. Following your rules has to become your identity. Once you develop a habit, it becomes automatic. Yeah, exactly. Same problem with pre-market. If you took a loss, it would mess up your psychology at 9:30. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why it's so important to stick to your model, because if you don't stick to your model, what I found out about myself is that most of the time when I'm taking a loss, it's not even the fact that I'm losing that frustrates me. It's the fact that I was breaking a rule. Like, I would trade outside my model, take a loss, and then I would get frustrated because I felt like I shouldn't have taken that loss because it wasn't a part of my model. And that's what frustrated me so much, and that's what would cause me to go on tilt. It wasn't the losing trade itself. It was just the fact that I did something I wasn't supposed to do that made me upset, and that would cause me to go on tilt. And at first, I kind of just I kind of just grouped it together as, oh, it's just because I took the loss that was making me upset. So, I just need to accept the losses. But how am I can't accept a loss that's not even a part of my model, right? So, those, like, it's things like that most of these trading influencers nowadays don't even understand, and they don't even talk about. And that's like literally like the main reason that you go on tilt. It's not because of the loss itself, but it's because you're doing something that you shouldn't do, and then you don't feel like that loss, you don't feel like you deserve that loss, and then that just leads to more stuff. Most of the time it actually has nothing to do with the actual losing trade itself. I should ask the family for adoption papers, bro. Best prop firm right now to pass in one day. Can you pass Lucid accounts in one day? I don't know if you can. Oh, you can. I mean, you can. Bro, they got 10-second ads on YouTube now. Are you kidding me? Can't even skip it. They have Lucid Pro accounts you can pass in a day, and they are 50% off right now. You can use my code BLAY, or you can use a different code. It's up to you. But they have 50% off right now, and you can pass in a day. So I'd say those are probably the best accounts, or the best profit right now, until they end the 50% off. Understand the market's like learning a new language. There's a big gap between basic understanding and fluency. Exactly. It really is like learning a new language, honestly. If anything confuse you, dedicate full study. It's just that aspect. Yeah, 100% agree. There's so much. There's like so many different things to learn on top of, the scope of each thing that you're learning being so deep. It's like there's just so much to learn. You out? All right, see you. CNN Steppa. You're one of the first ones I watched when I first started trading a year ago. Damn, so you're really not human made, bro? I thought you were human made, right? Never mind. There's this guy in my Discord named Human Made, and you guys kind of have like the same, like you guys kind of act the same. So I thought you guys were the same person. My bad. I thought you guys were actually the same person. That's funny. Let me see if you can pass today, but there's consistency and funded flex is better. Oh, there is. Let me see. There might be consistency on the pro. If there's a consistency on the pro accounts, then it's definitely better to get the flex, because there's no consistency in eval on the funded stage. You don't whatever accounts you get, you do not want a consistency in the funded stage. So if there is consistency on the pro accounts in the funded stage, then definitely get the flex. Funded rules, yeah, no, there is. It's 40% consistency on the pro accounts, so definitely get the flex. Damn, flex are $70. Still $70 for an account is crazy. What's the max payout on these? Flex account, let me see the max payout. Payout max 2K? Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, but I have been streaming for, what has it been? 2 hours now, so. Dude, I was so frustrated because I recorded my execution, or I thought I was recording it, and then I looked back at my OBS after I was done like explaining the trade, thinking I was recording the whole entire execution, and I look at it and it just wasn't even recording. And I was hella pissed, but I'll just have to find a different execution to record, I guess. But yeah, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now, so I'm end it here. So if any of you guys have any more questions or anything, you can join the Discord in the description of this live stream. It's completely free. You know, just a community of traders. I'm usually very active in there, so you can chat with me if you want. But yeah, I'm gonna be heading off here and going on with the rest of my day. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.